What's up? It is Thriving Thursday. That's crazy. Well, I am here with a very special guest, and I'm so excited to have you be with us. We have Rob with us today. Hey, he might have a familiar face.
Long time coming. We've been talking about this for a minute.
Facts.
We here.
Facts. Facts. I think honestly it's probably around this time last year that we talked about it, because it was after a few months of me releasing the first episode.
Yeah, it was.
That I remember you being like, hey, I'm totally down. I think Ricky reached out to you and was like, bro, if you're down.
Y'all mentioned me, and it was that super late episode after y'all had y'all went to Refresh Night that one time.
Yeah.
I think it might have been November or December. That was a minute.
I just remember it being kind of chilly out and stuff. I know we're hitting that season now. But he might have a familiar face. A lot of you guys probably have seen him at White Rabbit, or you probably know him. He's a super awesome guy, a super powerful testimony, and he's a very loving person. And he's actually really good at what he does. So
just out here making it happen.
So I personally, when I think of Rob, I think of a person who is passionate for coffee. But I'll let him share why he's passionate for coffee, why he likes it. If he even likes it, maybe he hates it and he's just doing it for fun. You never know.
That's crazy. Imagine doing something you just didn't
Shout out
for
Ricky for the past 5 years of his life.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, no, there's several reasons why I got into coffee, right? At first it comes down to that fellowship aspect, right? The whole reason I got into this is because Ender and Lee sat me down. They were like, yo, you got to try this pour over. And I was like, all right, bro, whatever. Can I have a 32 ounce, iced whatever latte, something crazy? And they were like, no, you got to try this. And I tried it, and I was just like, this is crazy. I felt like That's So Raven. You know what I'm talking about? When she would wormhole a little bit. That was how that felt. And then from there, it's it really makes sense now, right? Because when I'm making coffee and stuff, and when I'm pouring into these cups, it's very reminiscent to what God does in our lives, right? How he pours in, you know what I mean? And there's different recipes, just like there's different people, and it just goes on and goes on, right? Mm-hmm. And it's just, I don't know, it's beautiful to me. And I'm blessed that I'm able to do this and allowed to do this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just the fact that I've been given this gift is crazy.
Yeah.
Who would have thought? You
get to bless other people's lives by serving coffee to them too. It's even that simple too when it comes to serving coffee.
100%.
Yeah.
And it's the other thing too, right, is you don't ever know what that person's going through, mm-hmm. right? So you could be serving coffee to the president. You could be serving coffee to someone that's probably at the lowest point they'll ever be at. Mm. And that cup of coffee can do at least some good, it picks you up a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know, just to be able to do that for people is really nice.
I remember because when I started looking for a job this past summer and I worked at TJ's in Denison,
crazy.
Ricky was he'd be like, you don't need to work there. You could work somewhere else if you want. And I'd be like, no, but I like it. It's so fun, making people coffee and making them happy. And I was now I know why the baristas that we know, I know why they enjoy it.
No,
it's awesome to be able to
like it, right?
Yeah.
Even in the service industry, it's super different, right? Mm. It's it's similar to being a bartender, but you don't have that weird alcohol influence, you know what
mm-hmm.
I mean? Everyone's sober and able to really show real, true, pure emotions, right? And that's what's so beautiful about it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Dude, it's crazy.
And so what's this method that you're using? Well, for those who are watching on YouTube, he's brewing as we're not I mean, is it called brewing for this method? Okay, so he's brewing coffee as we're talking. But what is this? Because this looks really different. I don't know if you want to explain it to people.
Yeah, so it's an AeroPress. It's used for like camping and like home stuff. It's very similar to like a French press. Same kind of method, pretty much, like brewing method. But there's a competition. Can I talk about it?
Yes, talk about it. Talk about it.
So, November 2nd and the 3rd, they're holding the U.S. AeroPress Championship in Arkansas, dude, at Onyx. And it's really crazy to me that this is my first. Oh, yeah, I'll be competing as well. I should have said.
Whoop, whoop. I was going to be competing. Let's go.
Crazy. And, like, it's crazy that this is my first competition because Onyx is that's the coffee that got me into coffee in general. So it's like a full circle moment. And when I saw the flyer drop, I just felt like I felt my heart fall on my chest a little bit. I was like, it's either now or never, brother. Like, just do it. And I looked at Ender. He was sitting across from he was sitting at this like big table in the White Rabbit. I was like, yo, hey, should I do this? Like, holding the flyer up. And he was like, yeah, bro, sure. Didn't even know what it was. And I was like, all right, I already did. I'm doing it. Like, it was crazy. And I like, financially, this has been a weird time. So the fact that I had the money to pay for that is totally a God thing, you know? And that's why I was like, I have to go for it. Like, I have to go for it. And like, sure, I'd love to win, but it's really more about the story, right? Because like, I'm this random kid that didn't grow up loving coffee. Like, I drank Folgers just like the rest of us. Like,
Shut up, Ricky.
Hey, for real. Like, I like the caramel vanilla creamer from the Great Value from Walmart.
Hey.
Because I would fill the whole cup up, like, right there.
You want some more coffee with that creamer?
For real. Like, I was about it. And so the fact that this is my life now is like, I'm super blessed. Like,
That's awesome.
You know? And the fact that I get to do stuff like competing and like throwing the events that we throw is like beyond me, you know? Like, and I'm super thankful to be here, and I'm thankful that we have this huge circle of people around us that care about what we're doing.
For sure.
You know?
For sure.
Like, I've never felt, I don't know, I genuinely don't think I've ever felt this much love ever in my life. Like, from
Community is just such a big thing.
dude, it's
such a big thing.
crazy because like I remember like I used to play in metal bands and stuff when I was younger, and I never felt this type of community ever, like ever, even growing up.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like it's such a new experience, and it's so great.
Yeah.
Like, shout out community. Like,
Hey.
dude. All right, let's try some of this coffee.
Hey, I'm
I'm
excited.
gonna attempt to pour this and not spill.
If you do, it's okay. We have a mop for that.
What's up, Ricky?
Hey. So how long do you have to make the coffee at the competition?
So at the competition, they give you a 5-minute window. It's you and 2 other baristas.
Uh-huh.
And essentially, what's going on? Oh, I poured way too much. So what should happen, what I think is going to happen, it's happened in the past, like the past few years they've had it, is they'll send you a coffee a week before the comp, right? And they send you like 250 grams. So if you think about it, we just brewed 18 grams. That's not that much, like, to just learn this coffee in and out, right? But they give you this 250 grams. You got to dial in your recipe, have it ready to go. And then the day you get there, an hour before, they'll give you a new bag. And you can, like, kind of dial it in and figure it, like,
That's
just make
so
sure
cool.
your recipe's, like, where it needs to be. You know,
Yeah.
competition. And then you just compete alongside other baristas and stuff. And it's really cool. I feel like it looks like the most fun competition I've seen so far, right? Because it's just like you're just brewing on an AeroPress. Like, there's nothing crazy, but it can get crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
I
But
feel like
it's
anything with coffee can get crazy. Like there's
No,
a different level you can go to.
no, for sure. But at the end of the day, it's just about like who makes the best cup of coffee.
So do they do that off of taste, or what
Yes.
do they base the winner off of?
It's mainly taste, like just the taste of the coffee.
And obviously time, right? Like if you go over 5 minutes, like it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's like it's so simple to brew with this thing. Like you gotta let it steep for a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then you're good to go.
That's crazy.
Like, and all you gotta do is plunge it, and then you have a whole cup of coffee, pretty much. Some competitors will dilute it, but with this recipe that I'm using right now, I haven't diluted it at all. It tastes great. It's very smooth, like it's just very mellow, but it's really like it's a really good bright cup, right?
I'm excited to
You wanna
try
try
it.
it?
Yeah, let's do it. Wait, so what? I forgot the flavor we're trying.
It's Greater Goods, so the flavor notes are blue raspberry. What is that?
Pink lemonade.
And banana pudding. It's wild, yeah, right?
I'm so excited because it's all my favorite things. Like I love banana pudding. Like I love.
That's.
I'm
dude,
excited. I'm
for
excited.
real.
All right, let's see. Wow.
Right on the back end, you get that banana pudding.
Wow.
It's so weird.
That's
too, right?
awesome.
Because it's like, it's literally just coffee. Like, let's go.
There's nothing that gives that satisfaction other than the.
For real.
No, that is awesome. I can really taste that pink lemonade at the end. I don't know if you can see like the aftertaste.
It's weird because
But it
these
starts off more
flavors are
sweet.
So yeah, these flavors are so different. from each
Wow.
other. And like you're able to pick up on it.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That's amazing. That's good. Thank you so much for my cup of coffee.
Let's go.
No, that's awesome. I've never tried anything like that. Wow. Wow. I'm a little struck. So,
With the AeroPress too, that was really good.
wow. Yeah.
That's the power of a good recipe, right? Is like it's got to be able to work on anything, you know. And that's why, like, if we open my backpack, I have like 6 bags of coffee in there. Seriously, like I usually have several with me. But yeah, for training, I have like 10 bags, and I have a sponsor. Shout out Mythic Roasters.
Oh, that's awesome.
And he's probably gonna send me more. So, just really trying to get dialed in.
I'm proud of you, man.
Dude,
I'm proud of you. I know it's not easy. I'm sure it's not, you know.
Nah, trying to juggle.
Exactly. And like life and all. Yeah. Life is busy, man. It's hard.
It's wild, but I mean, I'm so blessed to be here. I'm like just stoked to be able to have this kind of opportunity.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like, yeah, they said we wasn't gonna make it. We're making it.
And here you is going to competition and stuff. So your birthday is in 2 months. Your birthday's in 2 months. We're in October.
We are in October.
I feel like that's a huge like thing for you
Oh, it's so
to celebrate another year of life.
So crazy. Like my 30th really messed me up a little bit because I was like a lot of y'all know my story, right? So I didn't plan on being here. So the fact that I'm here is like I'm so thankful and happy to be here, you know, because like you think about it and it's like there's so many people that aren't able to be here, right? That have fallen to that battle. So just the fact that I'm able to be here is such a blessing for me, you know. Like I'm like shaking right now talking about it.
No, it is. Yeah.
But nah, 31 is wild to me. It blows my mind. Like, but we're here. Let's go.
And for a reason.
For a reason.
For a
No,
purpose.
it's, dude. And I'm like, just the fact that I'm finding that out now is such a blessing as well.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I lived a lot of my life just going through the motions, you know, like I played in bands and stuff when I was younger because I was like, oh, I want to be a rock star, this and that. And like, just, there was no substance. Like oh, little Rob was an empty shell, you know? And just now I feel like not even I feel, I know who I am now and I know why I'm here. And so I'm just like thankful to be able to
Yeah.
live and do this,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. So for those who don't know Rob or like his testimony, you're listening for the first time. So Rob grew up in church, right?
Yeah.
When you were younger.
Yeah, so our parents didn't really start like we went to a little Baptist church that my grandparents went to.
Okay.
But like my parents didn't like get into it. Was really my mom didn't really get into the Holy Spirit and stuff till like we were like I want to say like 2000 probably
Okay.
is when she started to get into it, 2000, 2001. And my dad had this accident, like we were all in the car. It was Easter Sunday 2002. I'm gonna sit back for this.
Yeah, you're good.
It's,
Sit back with a cup of coffee.
like
Cheese milk on Robbie,
yeah,
cafecito.
for real. That's crazy. No,
Let's talk about it.
And so 2002 Easter Sunday, we went to KFC, right? Like,
Hey, KFC, that crispy chicken.
yeah, crazy. And this is when KFC was different. It was good back in the day. And we were gonna have like a little picnic at this place called Paladero Canyon in Amarillo. And my dad was complaining about having headaches and stuff. And we were like, I don't know. I don't even remember what I was doing. I had a little Dragon Ball Z action figure. I was just vibing. And he was telling my mom that, and he like started to have a seizure while we were going into this canyon. And it's like a baby Grand Canyon, right? And it's still huge. And there was this huge rock sign that said Paladero Canyon. And on the other end of it, it's just like this 100-foot drop off and stuff. Yeah. So bro starts seizing, and that's where we were headed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And my mom starts panicking and stuff. I figure out that something's going on, and I'm like, ooh, like start to freak out. And my mom just started like screaming and praying. My dad's seizing, like he's full on, his arms are up.
Oh, that's so scary.
And oh, dude, and like we were right here fixing to pass the sign, and he like flings his arms down and hit the steering wheel. And so we ran straight into that rock. Had we not run into that rock, we would have all died. Right? So it was just, that was crazy. And then from then on, there was a lot of struggles, right? Like there was a lot of stuff that happened in between that. But that is where my mom found God and found her faith. And from then on is pretty much when we started to grow up in the church and stuff. Years passed, and she started like ministering in the prisons and stuff. Like it was
That's
crazy.
awesome.
Yeah. Shout out, Mom. Hey,
Hey, thanks, Mom.
Mama, we made it. Like, no, dude. And it was just a wild time, you know, thinking back to it. But like, yeah, I did grow up in the church. It was cool.
Yeah.
It was I don't know. I had mixed emotions, right? Because at that point we were like most of us when we're 12, 13, 14 start to really figure out who we are, and life just does not make sense, right?
Yeah.
For all of us,
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And I was just trying to figure out who I was. I thought I wanted to play music and stuff, and I was playing worship music too. Like I was playing worship drums for a couple of the churches that I was involved in, and I got outcasted from a couple of them. Yeah, and so from there, I was like just angry, you know, and didn't understand, right? Which they did have a good point. Like, can't really mix secular music and worship, you know, like it's just, you know, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I like got kicked out or whatever, and that kind of started my just spiral downwards with my faith and stuff. Because originally I was supposed to go to a Bible college.
Wow.
Yeah,
I
not
didn't know
many
that.
people. Yeah, not many people do. Um, but that was like the plan for a little bit. It was in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Um, and that was kind of in the background, but I just decided to just play music and stuff.
Mm,
After my grandma had passed away, I was just very angry and just
mm.
done with all of it. You know, I didn't know how to handle that grief. It's something I'm still dealing with today. Like I'm sure most of us
That's
are,
my
but
theory is like, even though we say like there's an end for grieving, it's like there really never is. Like
no,
that, like never goes away. You know, like sure you come to a point where it doesn't hurt as much as it used to hurt, but like I feel like it affects you truly for like the rest of your life.
uh,
You know, like
it's always going to be there.
yeah,
It's always going to be there.
yeah,
But like, thankfully, we have God to rely on,
exactly.
right? Like, there's a reason why He's our strength,
Yeah.
you know? Um, and so that, like, dude, I'm sorry. Like,
You're good.
it's,
No, like that's why I don't know if you got a chance to fully listen to last Thursday's
yes,
podcast,
I
but I
was
shared.
dude, I was driving. I was driving while I was listening to it, and then like when it got heavy, I was like, "Oh, it's okay. I can make it." And then like it just stayed heavy, and I was like, "All right." I like pulled over, like in front of the Quick Trip or whatever, going by like Heyday and stuff. I
Oh
like
yeah, yeah.
almost hit the curb, like trying. I was like, "Yo, I gotta change this." Like, and then yeah, no, it was
Yeah,
wild. But I
but
did listen.
I did share scripture because I felt like it was really important. Because that's not my word. That's the Lord's word, you know, at the end of the day. So if I'm sharing that, like, it's very, like, it's truth. Like, it's not
100%.
just my opinion on something, like, it's truth. And I was sharing a lot of verses on, like, our tears and how the Lord collects those in a bottle. And, like, one day we're going to get to heaven. There's going to be no more sadness. Like, we're not going to have to dwell in those emotions
real.
anymore. And, like, all those, like, helpful things that other people before us have gone through with the Lord, you know, and like it's okay for us to go through those type of things with the Lord. Like that's what's going to grow our relationship at the end of the day. It's those hard moments, it's those hard emotions that it's like in a relationship. Those hard moments
Dude,
and those
great.
those help you grow closer to the other individual. Whether that's a hard relationship with your parents, a hard relationship with like a significant other, with your siblings, like whatever type of relationship, like those are the things that help you grow closer to the other person, you know? It's the same thing with him. But yeah, I know what you mean by that grief and
It was tough, and that kind of just started my spiral. And I was like, I was drinking really heavily at the time. I was like 16.
oof.
Yeah, yeah. I like it was bad. High school years was wild. Like it was not healthy. But yeah, I ended up graduating by some miracle, and then
Like some miracle.
oh, dude, it was wild. Like I wouldn't do my schoolwork. I just didn't care. You know, I was just done with it all. And yeah, it was wild. I don't know. I don't really want to go into detail on it right
No, yeah,
now.
you don't need to.
In front of the world, guys. But yeah.
You know,
so-
it's crazy because like nowadays that's still a problem with that age group.
yeah.
Yeah, especially now. We don't have to get into it, but like it's really heavy.
It's bad.
I have siblings that are in the Sherman Middle School, and I have siblings that are in the high school.
Yeah.
And now I feel like it's a lot of it is with the middle school that they have a lot of like suicidal and just like depression, anxiety. Like it's really bad now. So it's
so
just
bad.
like, you know, I know it's been bad for years, but it's just like I feel like, you know, we need an improvement because it's
100%.
only been getting worse, and they're so young. And my siblings have told me stories, and I'm like, what happened?
Oh, dude.
What
my
happened?
Nephew,
And-
my nephew will hit me with stuff, and I'm like, huh? like
Yeah.
just.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, it's so unfortunate, right? But these kids need love.
Oh yeah,
You know?
yeah, that's the biggest
Like-
thing. And a lot of them don't get it from home
No.
and stuff. And then it feeds into school, and then they're not getting it from school. They're not getting it from teachers. They're getting bullied, and those are the kids that need it the most, but they're not getting
It's the
it.
most, yeah.
And it's like, who do they go to?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's a tough one. But that's always important to pray for our community where we live. Because,
the kids, man.
yeah.
Real.
Yeah. I know an artist that talks about that a lot.
Really?
And not a lot, but like, yeah, what up, RG? And,
I know what y'all are talking about.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or at least for me, I got a different, he sings, kids don't die, we go up high. Kids don't die, we go up high. We don't pretend no more. And I took it different because I took it as like, you know, all these kids that are suffering and going through all these things, like, they're kids, man.
Yeah, they're kids.
Like,
they're kids.
They're kids.
Like y'all are mid-20s. I'm 30. Like I barely figured out what. Like I'm still trying to figure it out. You know. And so, like, these kids don't understand the emotions they're going through. They don't understand what, like, oh, why are mom and dad fighting? Like,
Yeah.
why is it crazy right now? You know? And, like, no, we really need to be praying for the kids. Dude.
Yeah. And they're just watching so much stuff. Like, they are,
Dude,
they're exposed to a lot more things than, like, even I was, you know, at their age, you know?
100%.
And I'm one of the youngest ones from the friend group. So, like, for me to say that, that's... Yeah, that's sad.
Crazy. That was
Facts.
heavy. I didn't think we were gonna get heavy like that.
Me either, but I mean, it happened. It's the cafe.
For real. Shout out coffee. But now, like, I don't know, like, and just going, like, with that being said, like, that's why I do this. You know, that's why I make coffee. Like, some people are like, yo, like, don't you want to make more money and stuff? And it's like, it's not about money. It's the fact that I was this kid that no one wanted to see succeed. Like, no one cared if I made it out alive, you know? And I'm here and I'm alive and I'm like so blessed to be here. But it's like, I do it for those kids that don't see a light at the end of that tunnel, right? For those kids that don't know, like, they just don't know who they are. They don't know if they're going to make it. They don't know what to do, right? They don't see a way to get out of that hole. That is why I do this, right? For those people that, like, dude, I'm sorry. Like, I'm gonna start throwing stuff. Like,
Start flipping tables.
crazy. No, and like, man, I'm just thankful to be able to do this.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I feel like it's just extra special when it comes from a person that's you and like you and like a testimony that you have. Because, I mean, anyone can say, like, you know, I'm just so glad to be here. I'm blessed to be here. I'm blessed to have another year of life. Or, like, I'm blessed to serve coffee. But it comes from a person that, like, literally, like,
Bro,
it's a miracle that they're here.
yeah, for real.
Like, it just hits so much harder
wild.
because it's like, only God.
Oh my
like,
God, for real.
like, there's no other explanation or description that could fit it.
For real. No, for real.
Yeah.
It's like, and you sit there and you try to, like, make sense of it all, and it's like, it's not supposed to make sense, bro. It's a God thing. It's just, I don't know, we're blessed to be here, you know?
Yeah. I'm really glad that, you know, in your darkest moment and, like, in your lowest point and, you know, ultimately the enemy wanting to take your life away.
Oh, for sure.
The Lord was able to protect you and be like, you're my child and I'm going to make sure that you have an abundant life.
100%.
You know?
That, and see that, like, when I tried killing myself the last time, like, when I moved up here, that moment, like, that was when I was like, no, God's real. But I was just, like, so jaded, you know? And, like, it's the universe, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's tricky. It is tricky.
For real, but it's like, nah, it was 100% God. Like, it had to be, you know, just everything.
It's because a lot of things get crossed over with, like you're saying, reference to universe or coincidence or things like that. But when you experience something that powerful, it's like,
dude.
how could the universe possibly do that?
real.
How could
For real.
coincidence
How did it
alone
know?
possibly
How
do
did it
that?
know? Yeah. Like,
Yeah, it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that.
like yeah. I don't want to go into detail on it, but like, just like, dude, I didn't talk to my brother for like 2 days, and cuz just busted in my door when it was happening. And so, like, from there, I was just like, all right, okay.
I surrender.
Like, all right. And then,
You have my attention.
for real, I was like, all right, whatever it is, I get it. And then, it's been several years up until now,
Praise
just
God.
searching for that. And just like, always know, like, I knew that it had to be God, but I was just so like angry, and I didn't want to let go of that anger, I guess. Um, and it took until like now, shout out, like, praise God, it's different now,
Yeah.
But there for a while, it was a lot of searching, you know,
Yeah.
and like it's shout out community.
Which I feel like is okay because everyone goes through their own journey with the Lord and their own search with the Lord. Like none of our walks are going to be the same, but I believe that it's supposed to be like that because then when we get to share our journey with the Lord, it's a testimony to other people, or it affects them differently, or it inspires someone, or it helps someone that was feeling the same thing or is thinking those thoughts, and they're like, well, wait a minute, like that guy had this story, then what can mine be?
Yeah.
And like it stirs that curiosity. That curiosity leads to something bigger later down the road.
No, for real.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wild. Early, like a minute ago, I said shout out the community because it's like, if I not had like Mello and like Ander and just everyone in the background praying, like, I don't know if we'd be here right now. So I'm very thankful just to have all of y'all around and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like,
I know our friendship is fairly new,
right.
but I know that me and Ricky are always happy when we get to see you.
Hey,
You
know what
make
I'm saying?
you make the room smile. You make the room happy, and I'm glad that you're able to like live life at least right now in this season, serving coffee and being a blessing to people.
Yeah,
You know,
no, for real.
I feel like that's an honor. It's a privilege. Some people might see that as like a sacrifice, as like a dreadful thing, but I feel like, that's pleasing.
No, 100%. I mean, it's part of having that servant heart too. You know what I mean? It's like at the end of the day, like, you're here to help
Yeah.
people, right?
Yeah.
And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Just helping people. Like, I needed help way back in the day, you know what I mean?
We all did.
Dude, for real. And just to be able to do that now is like totally a blessing, dude, and I'm here for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So you also started Only Pours.
Yo, crazy.
Only Pours.
Shout out y'all for the inspiration, bro. I always wanted to do a podcast. I was inspired by it was like he did like SoundCloud podcasts and stuff. I'm not gonna name drop, but I was like very inspired by that. I was into that at the time. And so I always had it in the back of my head to do a podcast and stuff. And then I saw y'all doing it and I was like, it's actually possible, even though I know it's possible, right?
Yeah.
And then from there, yeah, one day I was like, I'm going to talk to my iPhone. And so I like set up that episode, the episode 1, where I just like set up in my bedroom and made the most makeshift set I could, dude. Like, it was so hot. It was the middle of the summer, bro. Like, and I'm a big old fat boy. Like, I'm sitting there just dying. Like, it's at like 8:30 at night drinking coffee when I totally shouldn't be, bro.
The worst time to intake caffeine.
By myself, dude, for real.
Oh my gosh.
And but I was just like, yeah, I'm going for it, like the time feels right. And it's been really fun. I'm actually gonna release, so the day after this drops, I'll be releasing kind of the last episode. I'm gonna break it down into seasons probably.
Okay.
Mainly because competition and stuff.
Yeah,
and
just
I wanna
really
be able to
busy.
focus. Yeah.
That's smart.
Mm-hmm.
That's smart. I mean, I know I had to take a break. Sometimes it's good to stay consistent, but it's also okay if you need to step away just for a minute and life's chaotic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The beautiful thing is we can always come back to it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, this is episode 2, round 2, episode 2. Let's go, dude.
This is only the second one since I
I'm
started.
so stoked.
Yeah. So for those who don't know what Only Poison is, what is Only Poison like? Why you kind of explained you explained how you were inspired to do it, but like why did you feel in your heart to do it?
Okay.
There you go.
Cool. So, Only Pours, obviously, we're all adults here. Like, we know where the joke came from, right? And one of my friends said that as a joke. She was like, yo, you should make coffee content, call it Only Pours. And I was like, thinking about it, and I was like, I don't know, I just heard the bell go off in my head, and I was like, I think you have a point there. And I just let it marinate for days and really thought about like what Only Pours means. Like, what does that mean to me, right? And it just, to me, it made the most sense to me thinking about it in the way of like, I'm not only pouring this cup, right? I'm pouring into my community. I'm pouring into myself, and it's what God does with us.
That's good.
He pours into us so we can pour into these communities and vice versa, right? And that was one of the biggest things. I was like, all right, it makes sense. Like, I can do this. I can get behind it, right? Because I didn't want to do something that didn't have substance. And there wasn't like a deeper meaning behind it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be like, yo, hey, today we're drinking Folgers 1893, cuz like, I didn't want to be doing some stuff like that, like I wanted it to actually be edifying to people, and actually mean something and talk about stuff that people need to hear,
Yeah.
And so, yeah, that's pretty much where it came from.
Yeah,
It started out as a joke. It started out as a joke at Bible study, too.
Oh, wow.
Shout out JoJo and Lena.
Oh, shout out the Quesada. I'll be having y'all on. I'm gonna creep into the DM.
Crazy. Hey, JoJo been waiting. My boy been waiting.
I heard him on, that was on yours.
Yeah.
That was on yours.
I like Chilangos like the rest of them. Yeah, that was correct.
That was great.
Well,
yeah.
Also, shout out Chilangos, dude.
Bro,
Can we talk about that?
Bro, Chilangos tacos is so good. Did we tell you? So when we went to Tennessee this summer, did we tell you that we found a branch out? Yeah. Bro, we were like, there's not a branch of Chilangos out here.
That's so wild.
It didn't hit as good as it does over here in Dallas. But it was the same people. It was the same. And we were like, what? And their shirt said Dallas Chilangos. We were like, we're Tennessee right now. Like, what the heck?
What are y'all doing? Like, why are y'all here? Right
Literally, it was crazy. I was like, but yeah, if you want to eat really good tacos, go to Chilangos Tacos in Dallas on Harry Hines. It's fire. It looks a little sketch, but it's fire. It's not, the food ain't sketch. The neighborhood might be a little iffy, but it's great. It's great. And if you want to know what we're talking about, just go try it.
Just, Google it.
Google it. Googlealo.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah, bro. Well, I'm so glad, Rob, that we've been able to have you on today, and people get to hear from you and see your heart and see what you're up to, and you're up to amazing things. I know it's just the beginning for you. And you're gonna begin to see the purpose for your life and what is for you.
It's wild.
Because everyone has a different purpose here and different drives.
Dude, let's go.
Yeah, I'm excited for you.
Dude, yo, thank y'all for having me on.
Of course. This is awesome. This coffee is amazing. I wish they could like smell it or taste it through the camera, but they can't. So maybe one day, because technology growing. But
you know what I'm saying? It's wild though, because like that brewer's so simple. It's
But I go buy one
for real, you go to Target.
for me and
dude,
Ricky,
for
so that
like
he doesn't have to use the
$30.
machine, the McCafe machine for
Oh,
influencers,
yeah,
and so that people don't come hating on him no more. Don't worry, baby, I got you.
Hey, I'm here for the Ricky coffee content, dude. What's up?
Hey, I am too.
It's crazy. All right, y'all gonna be on season 2, episode 1 of Only Fours. Let's go.
Hey.
Dropping 2025.
Once we have the recipe mastered.
Oh, dude.
Bro.
Crazy. Yeah. I think I'm there. Like, I think I got it dialed in. Pretty much. It's just.
Bro, you will have to keep us updated on how it goes.
Yeah. Hey, y'all gonna know.
If there's like a link or something to like watch, like let us know so we can watch. That would be awesome.
No, for sure.
That would be really cool.
I'll send it to that boy, Ender.
Yeah.
Dude.
We're going to be cheering you on from over here. We'll record it and send it to you.
I'm stoked. I'm stoked. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's just nice having this whole community support, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's wild. It makes me feel like what I'm doing actually means something. You know? Mm-hmm. Crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, Big Rob, for being on with us today. It's been so awesome to have you. You're a blessing.
Dude.
And thank y'all for tuning in, because we do this for you guys. We do it for us too, to enjoy, talking and stuff like that. But it's for you guys to enjoy too. So thank y'all for listening, for watching, and for having a good time with us.
Let's go.
All right. Bye, guys. See y'all next Thursday. And go listen to Only Pours if you want to hear some of his stuff.
Yeah. Love y'all. Bye.